Okay, it is UPA semifinals time. We are getting deeper into playoffs, and the hunt for UPA's inaugural champion is on. There is 4 coaches that stand: Shay, Jay, SW, and yours truly, the sexiest one here, me. And by today, there will be 2 coaches remaining, assuming people put their battles up today, and I hope to be one of those coaches. However, we must get through SW, or Seth, and his Kentucky Keldeo in this semifinals game. That is what today's battle is going to be. Please go make sure to go check out my opponent. His link will be in the description below. It will be prioritized because he is our opponent this week. And yeah, to recap for you guys what happened against him, we did face him week 2 at the beginning of the season, and we beat him pretty solidly with throw. However, he has made transactions since, and he has a pretty much new team, and this is going to pretty much wipe the board clean, and we're going to have a fresh matchup here, which is going to be pretty exciting. Our matchup is still pretty solid. It was pretty good last time, and it's still decent. He does have a few underrated threats on his team that I'm actually a really big fan of that can do work against my team if I don't act accordingly. You guys won't know that because you guys don't know the team, as I can now show you Seth's team. So my opponent this week has a team consisting of G-Max Corviknight, Clefable, Zygarde, Arcanine, Crobat, Heliolisk, Armaldo, Gallade, Quagsire, Vanillix, and Roselia. Now I'm going to go in order of kind of what I want to talk about here. First off is the Clefable. It's a Clef. It's very annoying. This thing can live any one hit from my team, which is very frustrating because he does like to run like utility stuff like Thunder Wave, Knock Off, Rocks, stuff like that. And any of those things against my Pokemon is extremely annoying. I have a way to deal with Cosmic Power Set, but that is very scary against my team if my answer goes down to it. Next is the underrated threats. The ones I'm talking about are Gallade and Vanillix. I love those mons so much. And choiced, Scarfed, or Bandit, or Specs, whatever, choiced mons of those two are very scary. Scarf Gallade, I have to predict around. Scarf Vanillix can clean late game. Specs Vanillix I don't have to switch into. Bandit Gallade I don't have to switch into. Stuff like that. I really have to be careful scouting out what my opponent has on their side before kind of handling them, and I might lose a mon in the process. Crobat, well, it's not the scariest against my team. Its speed tier really makes cleaning a living hell for me late game, just because my 2 cleaning mons take a lot from Brave Bird, so that is something I have to look out for. And then finally, setup Zygarde is always a threat. Granted, I put some very heavy prep into that, so Zygarde should never be a problem in this game. And that's all I really want to highlight for my opponent's team. There's a lot of other things I could talk about, but those are the main bullet points I wanted to hit on. My game plan for this week is to use Cinccino or Frostlass early, and then the other one late game, depending on who is there and what the matchup's looking like. And to use G-Max Charizards kind of as like a defensive tool, because I could very easily see it meaning to take like a boost 1,000 arrows or a blizzard from Vanillix, that's Specs maybe. Stuff like that. I can use Charizard accordingly for that. But that is the game plan. That is my opponent's team, the rundown there. And now I can tell you guys what I am bringing to this game. It is going to be the Ferrothorn, the G-Max Zard, Cinccino, Rotom Wash, Dragalge, and Frostlass. Let's get straight into this. First off is going to be Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is going to be max HP, 116 defense, 140 speed F with a sassy nature, moves being Spikes, Iron Defense, Scour Ball, and Body Press. Now, this Ferrothorn set gives me a lot of good mixed utility in this game because I am Speed F for Heliolisk and the Ice Cream Cone, while I can be Iron Defense Body Press for a setup Zygarde or a Corviknight of some sort. Coil Zygarde is a little bit scary against this, but as long as I don't let it get too out of hand, I should always outpace it with Iron Defense Body Press. So that's very useful there. I went Spikes over Rocks in the end because I didn't really prioritize the damage on the Corviknight. Arcanine and Crobat are going to be boots every time, so I wasn't really worried about that. And then Spikes were kind of better against everything else, so that's why I went that route. And this is going to be very important how I use this thing's health, especially if more things that Ferrothorn is supposed to check comes, then it could be a little bit overwhelmed in this game. So I do have to watch out for that. But otherwise, this is the Ferro set we're rocking out with this week. Second up is going to be our G-Max Zard here. This is max special attack, max 220 speed to Timid Nature, and the rest in HP. This is to outspeed Zygarde. Holding the Tims, those being a Flamethrower, Hurricane, Dragon Pulse, and Blast Burn. Now, I do want to use this Charizard set in mid to late game just because that's when it's best there, because this Charizard doesn't really break through full health teams against, Seth's team at least. I do have the Blast Burn here because, believe it or not, the damage boost from the G-Max Wildfire from Blast Burn over Flamethrower, that into Max Airstream should knock out every single thing on my opponent's team except for like AV Zygarde, for example, or something really fat for no reason. That extra damage boosts it to like Oko Arcanine or Oko maybe a Spadef Clefable, stuff like that. So I went that route in the end. I have Dragon Pulse just to be able to hit the Zygarde. If I do not have Dragon Pulse on this set, then Coil Zygarde runs through my team, so at least this way I have a way to hit it on the special side. Finally, it's defensive. It's a very good defensive tool. I sort of mentioned it earlier. Using this thing to be able to take a hit late game could be very crucial in winning the game. So that's going to be our Charizard set for this week. Third is going to be Cinccino. Cinccino has been around a little bit on the channel, so I'm glad to see it back. Cinccino is max attack at 212 speed with a Jolly Nature, holding the Silk Scarf, moves being Tail Slap, Triple Axle, Rock Blast, and Bullet Seed. Now, this thing has insane coverage against my opponent. Like, it's so good. Hence why it's here, of course. I did bring it last time, and it did do some decent work. Granted, I think I missed the move last time, but Cinccino did really well. Just Throw was the star of last show because of what happened, but that's besides the point. I do have Bullet Seed over U-Turn. I really wanted to U-Turn for that Corv, but since Quagsire was a little bit of problems for the rest of my team here, having that grass coverage just made me have another answer for that Quag. That's why I went that way. Finally, I was debating if I should run Silk Scarf or be the scumbag and run King's Rock. I decided Silk Scarf in the end because King's Rock didn't really provide me too much besides maybe some a little bit of luck factor. And the Silk Scarf allowed me to almost always 2-ko a defensive Clefable. So I feel like that was very valuable for my team, and I decided to go that route in the end. That is Cinccino. Fourth is going to be Rotom Wash. This is max HP, 124 attack with a modest nature, 108 speed, and 20 in defense. Holding the Sugar Berry, moves being Nasty Plot, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, and Pain Split. Now, I did switch this set around a lot. I was going between like 3 different sets, and I decided to settle with this, a little bit of a hybrid of the sets I was looking at. I decided to go with Volt Switch over Thunderbolt to allow me to still pivot around my opponent's team. I didn't really want to give up the pivot thing for the full-on Nasty Plot set because it's just kind of okay in this game. Pump Okos a Gallade and a Vanillix at +2 if they are no bulk, so that's why I have this much special attack investment. And I still have a decent amount of defensive utility, so I do check the Corviknight, the Arcanine, I'm missing a Pokemon here, the Crobat just fine. So that's why I decided to go this little bit more offensive moveset route in the end while still maintaining defensive utility. Sucks not having Will-O-Wisp, but this is still the set we're rocking with. Fifth is going to be Dragalge. Dragalge is max HP, 140 defense, 84 attack, and 36 def with a calm nature. Holding the Black Sludge, moves being Dragon Pulse, Sludge Bomb, Haze, and Flip Turn. Now this is here for the Clefable, the Arcanine, and the Heliolisk. It also gives me a T-Spikes Absorber if Roselia comes. I really don't think Roselia is coming, but just in case, that's what that's there for. Corviknight wasn't that big of a threat against my team. I have a lot of things that deal with it, so I found it okay to have a Pokemon that was like hard-walled by it, hence this Dragalge set. This is my Clefable answer to the Cosmic Power set because I have Haze, so it can never really get too boosted up in front of me. And it just had Flip Turn to pivot. That's kind of all it is. It's just to kind of take off pressure off of Ferrothorn while really dealing with the Clefable on their team. And that's sort of all Dragalge's role is in this game. And then finally, our 6th Pokemon is Frostlass. Frostlass is max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature. Holding the Choice Band, moves being Triple Axle, Poltergeist, Ice Shard, and Trick. Now, I mentioned earlier it's either Cinccino early, Frostlass late, or vice versa. It really just depends on who comes. Mainly I'm looking at Arcanine, because Arcanine kind of really shuts down Frostlass early game. So if Arcanine comes, probably not going to use Frostlass early. Still might, it just depends. But this just goes in against my opponent's team. This tanks a Scarfinix hit at the end, so that could be always nice. I have Ice Shard just in case DD Zygarde gets out of hand. And then Axel should 2-ko the Corviknight, even if it is somewhat defensive. So it should either force a G-Max or 2-ko, yeah. So that's Frostlass doing a pretty good job there. And that's all it is here really for it. And I can always take a Crobat hit as well if I need to. So that is going to be our Frostlass set, and that's going to wrap it up for this team builder. I am recording the day I'm supposed to upload just because a little bit of fourth wall breaking. We did battle on Thursday, the day before this goes up, so this is a little bit rushed here, but you know, it's all good. I hope you enjoyed my rush commentary. By the way, one more thing, during the battle, I want to let you guys know that I do stutter a little bit. I get pretty nervous for these battles, especially because it's semifinals, and I don't really want to choke the battle because I feel like I'll do it if I don't full-on concentrate, so I do stutter a little bit, just to warn you guys. But that's going to wrap it up for this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this team builder, and hopefully we win this battle and go to finals, so I'll see you in the battle. Alright, here we are in the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent Seth. We are here, and I'm going to spend the first few minutes here just crossing out notes, and a lot of what I expected, but there's a few things that's throwing me off. No Heliolisk, right? No Heliolisk. That is great news to see. No Armaldo. No Arcanine. Is that what else I saw? No Arcanine. Okay. I'm very nervous. This is UPA semifinals, so I hope you guys are looking forward to this as much as I am. It's going to be an exciting battle. No Heliolisk again is amazing for me. What do you think? Cross this out. This is gone. Jagal doesn't really do much besides stick around for Clefable in this game. I gotta start looking at leads here. How much time do I got left? Sorry, 37 seconds, that's fine. I'm thinking, a part of me wants to lead Frostlass, and another part of me wants to lead Cinccino. It was always going to be one of those two, and I feel like a Clefable lead's going to happen. I need a lead where I don't lose to the Gallade, so what I'm going to do is just lead off with the Frostlass. And that's what I'm going to do. So, yep, that's going to be our lead here. Once again, good luck, have fun to my opponent Seth. Looking very forward to this game. I am very, very nervous as my voice is stuttering, so you already know it's bad. And yeah. No Heliolisk makes Rotom decent in this game. X-Sire's not here. I think I got everything. Besides the fact I can cross this out now. Okay, yeah. So we'll see what my opponent wants to lead off. They're going to lead off with the Crobat, and I led off with Frostlass. That's pretty decent for me. Do I want to take a huge hit in order to just knock this out turn 1 is the question. I think I want to. My opponent has no triple axle switching. So I think what I want to do is just attack them. And I can use Cinccino late game. Yeah, that's what we'll do here. So we are going to just triple axle, I think. Yeah. We're going to take a huge hit with Brave Bird. Or Taunt. Oh, well, that's even better, because yeah, that's actually amazing if we get this hit off here. So we triple axle. We hit 1. We hit 2. And we hit 3. So turn 1, Crobat's dead. That's good, because I did bluff the Spike's lead, and now the speed control all of a sudden is in my favor. I'm really glad. That was a great turn 1 for us. So we don't have to worry about that thing for the rest of the battle, which is awesome. And it opens up a few other things in this game. They're going to send out the Clefable. Okay, that's also kind of fine with me. Now, do I just stay in and triple axle this thing? I kind of want to and find out if they're defensive. And I think that's what I'm going to end up doing here. If they knock off my band, it's a little bit annoying, but I don't need my choice band at this point, I don't think. Do I? I don't really feel like I need the band here, so I'm just going to triple axle again and get a lot of damage. This should 2-ko. I am going to miss, so they're going to get a Moonblast off. We're going to see how much this does here. I go from 145 to 16. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. That's offensive. That is very offensive. That's probably Life Orb. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is still the same play. I'm just going to triple axle. It's going to do a lot more now. I have to let my dog in the room. Sorry, guys. So missing that triple axle does kind of suck now, knowing that this thing's offensive. I don't... Oh, they're going to switch out. Probably into Corviknight. Yeah, that's fine with me. This is close to a 2-ko if I hit my attacks here. Pressure's fine, and I might be able to keep my Frostlass for later. So we hit 1. The second one, which is nice. This is a little bit more defensive. They need the Dynamax if they want to save this. Let me see. I just want to calc real quick. Even if they're Dynamax, do they? Yeah, they live. Okay, so what I'm gonna do actually, since I have a switch into this, I'm actually gonna save this for maybe a sack later or something like that, and pivot into the Rotom. That is a fine play with me. They have to Dynamax if they want to live the next triple axle. So I assume they're just gonna Dynamax here. As they're not, they're gonna Tailwind. That's a really good bring on their part. Okay. Do I Nasty Plot here? I kind of feel like I just Volt Switch. I really feel like I just Volt Switch here. But if they... Yeah, I Volt Switch because they're faster than me now, and I was worried about a weakness policy, right? They're actually light screen, geez, my voice. Okay, not what I was expecting, but I'm kind of cool with this. Now that is in range of triple axle, even after, what's it called? Even after a Dynamax, though they do have the screen up, so a part of me wants to go into the Ferrothorn and just Iron Defense. And I feel like that would be the correct play here, just to kind of stall out turns a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. It stalls out turns, I might be able to get a Spike up. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. If they Roost, it's not a big deal. I kind of feel like they don't have the Roost. Or Iron Defense or Spike, it's one of the two. Spike is nice if they go out and... I think I Iron Defense first. Well, this is tough. It's Iron Defense or Spike because they don't have a Reflect up, so that's why I'm thinking like both is pretty nice here. Let me see Gallade behind a Reflect. My mouse is in the way. I don't have time for this. He really has a hard time stopping Iron Defense, so I'm going to Iron Defense first. I feel like they're just gonna... Okay, they're gonna U-turn, actually. Alright. Do they die to the Iron Barbs? Okay, they barely live. Okay, that's fine, to be honest. If they go in the Clef, I'm gonna switch because of the assumed Flamethrower they're gonna have. Because they're offensive. If they weren't offensive, I actually didn't think they'd have Flamethrower. Like, this is... Yeah, so they're gonna go into this. And what I'm gonna do is just tank the hit and go for Gyro Ball, I think. Because I'm at +2. That's level 100. The only problem, well, if they have to CC if they wanna they don't have the yeah, no, okay, so I Gyro Ball and tank the hit. He's still gonna do a lot to me, but I can tank the hit fine, and especially because if they do this, I will just knock him out. And this Gallade was arguably like the biggest threat to my team. This should die now. Oh, with Iron Barb's chip? I think it definitely does. Oh, and Life Orbs, even better. Yeah, they're dead. Glade's dead. Okay, good. I did not have a switch into that. That's why I decided to opt for that play. Tailwind is still very scary. I'm not going to lie about it. But I still have an Iron Defense up, so I'm not too scared of anything immediately yet. And Corviknight's so low to the point where I don't think it can even get another move off. Like Tailwind meaning. I'm going to save this for later. And go out into the Dragolge. Do they have anything for Dragolge at this point? They have Corv. Corv doesn't switch into Dragon Pulse though. Or I can actually flip turn. I'm definitely saving this thing. It's not a question. I'm going out into Dragolge here. And saving this. Because this can still be useful later. Well, this is really only here for this Clefable at this point. Does they go for Fire Blast? Yeah, so we made the right play. Now I have 2 plays here. Well, I have 3 if I want to collect Dragon Pulse, but let me check the info here. They have 1 more turn of Light Screen. I really want to flip turn, and that's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be slower and I can get momentum off of them. And if they go into Corviknight, it should die, and if it doesn't die, then I can go into anything offensive. So yeah, they switch out. We make the right play. They're going to go out into the Corviknight, so yeah, we definitely made the right play there. Do they die here is the question. So we flip turn. They do. Okay, so Corviknight goes down. We are in a tremendous spot right now, though of course it's not over yet. Now I have to decide what I want to go out into and kind of bait out here. What do I have? I got Frostlass. Frostlass is really good at that. Frostlass is amazing at that. Cinccino is also pretty decent as well. Because I still have my Dynamax intact, so. Is Cinccino a Frostlass? I like Cinccino a little bit more. And I think that's what we're going to do, yeah. Because if they go Clefable, I get some chip that I'm going to need for the Charizard late game. Because I'm probably just going to go for that at this point. And if I keep Frostlass in the back, I always have priority Ice Shard for the Zygarde just in case it gets a little out of hand. So they either have to go into Choice Scarf Vanillix, which is a little scary, I'm not going to lie. Or they have to go into Clefable and tank the hit. Or they go into Zygarde and tank the hit, though I don't think that's really a good play. As they go into the Vanillix, this thing is probably Scarf. I think I live a Scarf hit every time. Though, do I want to take the hit? I kind of feel like I do. Oh, there's a chance I still die. I don't really have a good switch into this, though. I think I just attack what's in front of me. This can miss right, yeah. I think I just still attack this thing. Because he has to be modest to knock me out. And my dog wants to go out of the room again. I apologize. So we live, but we get frozen, and we're gonna die anyway to the thing. That's extremely annoying because this would have probably dropped. Oh, that's actually really annoying. That just happened there. Still not really a great deal. Honestly, what I can do at this point is I think I can just go Rotom Wash and click Nasty Plot. I think that's just the play I have to make at this point. Or I could just go into Charizard and click Dynamax. I kind of want to save Dynamax for a little bit later. Let me go into Rotom. Because if they go Clefable, I might just end up Volt Switching out anyway. So yeah, what I do here is Nasty Plot and then Volt Switch. Or if they go into Zygarde, I just pump. That freeze really sucks, because I would have doubled down with that, and doubling down is just amazing for me. So they just hard switch. And they go out into the Zygarde, so good play. And I'm just going to attack this thing. I think that's the correct play, yeah. So we plot here, and then we pump. They are faster because they took the Hail Trip. I always love a hit from this thing. And we Hydro Pump. So we'll see what they want to do here. They're going to 1,000 Arrows. I am Sugar Berry. I'm not sure if Pump kills. It really depends on the set. Hail is up, which is really in my favor to try and knock this thing out here. So we Pump. And we miss because we're getting very unlucky now. That really... Oh my god, dude. That sucks a lot. That is actually really big. Light screen was up, actually, so we definitely would have lived. Come on. That's actually so annoying. That's so incredibly frustrating that I just missed. I got frozen and then missed. Okay, I know what to do here. I think I still sack this. This thing really isn't... It's a nice Ice Resist, though, which I don't really have on this team at this point. I actually have Frostlass, but it's not really... It's too low. I needed that damage so bad. I needed that so bad. The fact that that's huge. I'm still pumping. I'm just gonna pump. That might be... Yeah, because Rotom's gonna die now. Now we're in a little bit in trouble here. This Hail Chip on Zygarde is nice. I think I just go Frostlass and click Triple Axle. Where goes Zygarde? I don't want to get glared though. Yeah, I think that's just the play. Just going to Frostlass and click the Triple Axle button. Obviously, Vanillix can come in, I'm aware of that. But we'll do it. Triple Vanillix is nice. They're going to stay in. There's Scarf on this as well. Okay. I'm actually cool with that, though kind of wish I knew that. That's actually fine. That's actually really good, actually, for me, because I can... Well, that's really good, because I can just Airstream on this now. Was not expecting that, but again, I'm okay with it. Yeah, we just go out in the Airstream because we can't get glared. And yeah, that's really dandy. Okay, so we definitely have to Airstream so we outspeed the Vanillix. So that's what we'll do here. Clefable, the only problem is that Clefable's going to take a hit at full health, which is something I really don't want. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't take it well, but it takes it. If they switch hard in Clefable, I think I just win the game. Simple as that. They actually switch out. I really hope they go Clefable. They do. Oh my gosh, thank you. That's amazing. That is actually so good for me. Though I do have to be careful though, because my 1,000 arrows answer is good. No, honestly, no, because... Let me see here. Zygarde. You have to be pretty offensive, I would think. I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. Because this into any other attack I click kills it. Oh, definitely. I only need one Airstream boost, and I can just get a Wildfire up. So that's what we'll do. That's really big for me, because, I mean, unless they don't, they might not even have anything for the Charizard on this Clefable set. But something like a T-Wave, taking a hit, like sacking off something else, getting this in T-Waving me could have led up to a Vanillix endgame. But now I should just be fine. It just depends how much that Zygarde's doing endgame here to me. They shouldn't really be doing to me, yeah. Like he has to go for a Zygarde endgame. The fact that Frostlass dies though, does kind of suck. Because I have to rely on Ferrothorn taking a hit. Granted, again, it's Scarf, so it's not too scary. You have 2 draws. Smart play. You go into Paralyzed Loss. That's fine with me. More chip on this is just amazing for me. I'm gonna get this huge hit off, which is nice. That does so much damage. Nice, nice, nice. That's what we want to see. In fact, that actually puts it in range of any one Ferrothorn attack, I think. Oh yeah. And I think I just Airstream to be safe again. I think that's what I do, yeah. So, I mean, I already clicked the button. They would draw. Something's dying here. It's going to be Clefable. Okay, so they are dancing around this a bit, but I think it's just a little too late. So Clefable's going to drop. And they're in range of... I think I just win. Even if Vanillix lives an attack, it's fine. Like I don't know what they're probably relying on a Hurricane Mist, but I have Dragon Pulse on this set, so this game is just over, I think. Yeah, that's what they're doing. But again, I have the Dragon Pulse, so I always click it. It will knock out the Zygarde from this range because it is Scarf and not Assault Vest. I don't see a world where this lives. We show off the Dragon Pulse, Zygarde drops, and this game should be over. So, yeah, very, very scary for a bit there. Let me just calc one more thing here. They have a small chance of a Flamethrower, but if Wildfire's still up by the end of this turn, then it doesn't matter. Let me just make sure. It is the last turn of Wildfire. I don't have... I know the Blast Burn, but Blast Burn can miss, so I mean, not really. Yeah, I need damage on this, so I Flamethrower here. If they live, then I need to live a hit with Ferrothorn, which I think I should, but we'll see. Well, actually, honestly, it doesn't matter because Vanillix dies, and as I'm saying it, Charizard lives a Blizzard anyway, so I don't know what I was really talking about there. But anyway, GG to my opponent Seth. Very fun game. A little bit hacked at some points, but overall still pretty close. I don't know why at the very end I was taking so long. I lived the Blizzard, so yeah. Again, GG to my opponent Seth. Make sure to go check out his link in the description below and watch his side of the battle. I'm looking very forward to looking his side of the battle. He's got a very soothing voice, we'll put it, and it makes me I enjoy watching his battles because of it. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering just because I'm really nervous, but we're making it to another finals game. This is going to be our 7th ever finals game in our draft career. I'm not going to spoil who we're facing. I know who we're facing, but you guys, we're going to have to watch Shay versus Jay and see who wins that battle. But again, make sure to go check out my opponent in the description below, and I'll see you guys for finals week next week. Get hype. I'll see you guys.